Good morning, it's your girl. And yeah, it seems like I've been up like all night. Yeah, just stay tuned. Got something for you. Welcome to Karina's Forte, and let's just get right into it. Now, I told you for a while I'm going to be giving you the information on these emails. It's a lot of them, over 22,000 emails. So people are actually spending their days breaking them down, and I'm listening to what they have and writing it down. That's the ones that I think are interesting, right? So anyway, the latest one that I think is interesting is from between Epstein and the White House counsel when Obama was in office. Her name is Kathy Ruemmler, right? And so they're going back and forth and they're talking, right? And then Obama wanted her to actually be, he was trying to push her to a higher rank, but she refused because she was already deep in it with Epstein, who had somebody over him. Remember how I told you how powerful this man was? I'm surprised he had a handler. And I was like, they was trying to find out who it was. But it was this man, the president of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. Yeah, something like that. Anywho, this man was actually running things. So if you notice, all the names are Jewish. I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying something. So anywho, all of these emails basically is a prelude to the files. Crazy thing is, remember when Trump took all of these files to Mar-a-Lago? Word is, a lot of those were actually the Epstein files. He took them home. You can't make this up. He took the Resolute desk. He took that home. Who knows what he has in there? In his house, they need to do a raid because I'm sure he's got a lot of stolen items in there. Anywho, so with the letters, right, things were going on. And Obama didn't even know. So he'd ask a question to the person that was going behind his back. Like Kathy was going behind his back also. So they all were doing other things because Obama is on the up and up. You know what I mean? And they're not. And he also doesn't deal with the things, the discrepancies of sexual encounters. You thought Diddy was bad. Diddy was a Boy Scout compared to what these guys have done. I already told you about what the President Trump did to Bill Clinton. That's a whole nother story. We'll get into that. So in the files, basically because he wanted her to be the attorney general. That's what Obama wanted. And so she turned him down and she took a job with Goldman Sachs. You already know, right? So sooner or later, she knew probably the emails would come out. What's weird, right, is that they all left all of these emails between each other. It's a lot. Over 22,000, that's a lot. And so, yeah, they were doing a lot of things behind his back because they knew he wouldn't be, down with it. It's like somebody say, hey, we're going to take out this corner store. And they're like, we ain't going to ask Karina because Karina is definitely not going to rob the corner store. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the only part that I got for today. Now, the other thing is Trump told the Republicans, hey, go ahead, vote to release the files, right? But he got a backup plan. They vote to release the files, right? And then he wants to do like another investigation on Bill Clinton, bring something back up. Like it's old, it's gone, that's it, right? But he wants to bring it back up. And so that's, I guess, one of his plans. But for me personally, I think it's like this. I think it's one or two things. One, he's just like, what's the worst they could do to me? Nothing. What's the worst they could do to him? Nothing. So go ahead, release the files. Do it. But he's telling them because he knows they're not going to do it. Or he thinks they're not going to do it. It's in New York. Like, go ahead and shoot me. You want to shoot me? Like that. Not really meaning you want the person to shoot you, but they're a sucker, so they're not going to shoot you. So that's what it is. So they're probably going to release the files because the people, the senators, all want to come back next year, right? But little did they know, it's a lot of them that will not be coming back. Thank goodness. Because we need to get a whole new everything, right? And so he's just like, go ahead. This guy he's older. You think he don't really care about anything. He doesn't. Plus the UN just voted yesterday to allow his deal for Gaza. So right now the Gaza thing is working. I don't know how long it's going to last because this overseas, they've been fighting for a very long time, right? So that's where he's at with it. The Republicans are running from Trump. And what they don't understand is this. They've been on his side all of this time. And now they're easing up. He doesn't forget anything. He is Petty Betty. He is going to remember who did what. Like right now, him and Marjorie Taylor Greene are beefing heavy. So he really won't forget. And yet, Epstein mentioned a lot of people. But now we know who the boss is, right? We know who he was taking orders from. And it had to be somebody that was in a powerful state. And this guy is, but you figure right now he going through the courts because they trying to get him for bribery, inciting war, all of that. Israel's tired of his ass, is what they're saying. So that's a whole nother thing with the emails. He's just known as the boss. So whenever you see the boss in the emails, that's who they're talking about. Okay? It's so many things, right? So Epstein's brother supposedly contacted somebody and said Bubba is not Bill Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton's name in his hometown growing up was Bubba. And so they're saying Bubba's not him because Epstein's brother said that. Now, I don't believe none of that. The Bubba they're talking about is definitely Bill Clinton. And it's crazy too because it happened around the time, if y'all didn't forget, like Monica Lewinsky. Remember that? All of that? And she probably took the money and was just like, all right, because she was new, she was young in the White House, and it was great, right? She took the fall thinking it was going to be a great thing. She'd get a payoff, pay off her student loans and all of this, you know what I mean? That damn scandal ruined her life. She did not think people would years later, still right now, people come up to, you the one get, slob in the knob of the, whoa. Hey, how long ago was that? How long ago was he in office? Too long. Let it go. I think they ruined this lady's life. And it's crazy, dude, because she was young. She was like an aide there. You know what I'm saying? She was so young and naive. And these two idiots are doing stuff. And then their friends are taking pictures like they in college. These old ass men, give me a break. Anywho, that's just my thing. That's what I really think. I think she took a hit for all of that. Maybe one day she'll say it, or she signed an NDA so she can't say anything. And they've probably been paying her for the longest because she wasn't able to get a job after that, which is messed up. So, yeah, Epstein brother, get out of here with that. Ain't nobody listening to you, bro, because you just trying to make a couple dollars. And I ain't mad at you. Make your money, So then there's Jeffrey Epstein's, girlfriend. They thought they were going to get some information from her or what have you. I think she did have some things, and I think she gave them some things, but I don't think she gave them everything, is what I'm saying. So stay tuned for that too. But all in all, we are watching the dismantling of this administration and of Trump, whether people believe it or not. It's like Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Yeah, that's him. So he knows it's coming to an end too. You know what I mean? Which is fantastic. So look, let's just get into something different because I didn't had enough of all of that. So Cardi B just had her fourth child on November 13th, baby boy named Ray. So yeah, with Stephon Diggs. And he used to play for the Cowboys, my team, but he plays for the Patriots now. Anywho, she's actually in the mix of going through a divorce with her husband, Offset. So they've been separated for a while, but he's trying to hold on because he has no money. Okay? And so she's been footing all the bills. We found out later on, and his family's like, hey, what happened? Yeah, because the cash cow is gone. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, you don't even think about it. You figure like you do for them, just like you would your own family because y'all family. But look, once the relationship stop, the fun stop. And so he's not making money like that, at all. So now he's looking for spousal support, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. He want to keep a house. He want all of this stuff. It's just wild that he would want all of this from this woman that he didn't buy anything, you guys. You know what I'm saying? She made him look good. There's a lot of women out there making men look good. I see you. I know you. And so now the thing about Cardi and them is that she says she feels threatened because in Georgia, because that's obviously where they have their marriage license. In Georgia, when you get a divorce, they have to, once you have a baby, they have to take a DNA test. That means Diggs and Offset both have to take the test to make sure that's Diggs' baby, to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that's not Offset's baby, because that makes a difference. And so Offset continues to antagonize her, harass her, and all these other things, and then gets other people to harass her and stuff. And so now Cardi's at a point where she's like, you know, there's a lot of times she said, a lot of times I don't say anything because it's personal business. You know what I mean? But then he'll put it out there, but he doesn't understand. I got all of these receipts. You know, him texting me, them sending me stuff. I don't say anything. You know, those are my children's father. But this is getting ridiculous and it's getting out of hand. Said people, you know, laugh about it and think it's funny, but it's not. There's a lot of women that didn't make it and not talking right now because their ex-husbands or their spouses or whomever it is, boyfriends, murdered them. And she said she doesn't want that to happen to her. Shit, I don't want it to happen to her either. And it's scary because now he's looking crazy in these streets. And sometimes embarrassment can have you doing things that aren't cool. So I'm definitely praying on her behalf and hopefully everything is cool. But the real thing is this, people. If someone no longer wants to be with you, you have to find a way to let them go. You should not be chasing anything. That's one of the things. You don't have to chase an opportunity. You don't have to chase relationships. You don't have to chase money. You got to attract it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come to you. Nothing can miss you or pass you by. If it's meant for you, then it's meant for you. But once something's over, it's over. He cheated more than once. She forgave him. It was all good. He cheated again. Like, how many times? What we doing? This is her first marriage. She was solid in it. And then after, when it was over, it was over. Because after a certain amount of time, yeah, people could fall out of love. Especially if they hurt you to your core. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just what it is. Because a lot of people don't realize what they had until it's gone. Is what I'm saying. So, look, I still need you to get up. Yeah, you. Get up, get out, and know what you got. Because it's not real grass on the other side. It's AstroTurf.